Start again. Go for it.
My presentation today is on how to create a television show. And I would like to start off by saying a quote that Woody Allen once said, which is, in Beverly Hills, they don't throw away their garbage, they make it into television shows. This is a very comedic statement by one of the best filmmakers ever to live. But it strikes a nerve with me. Because even though he's a very accomplished and successful filmmaker that has had to jump through a lot of hoops to make a career, making a television show is no joke. It takes a lot of effort to take your idea and then take that and put that into pre-production, the same way a filmmaker would. So today I'd like to tell you how that process is, you the audience, in a way as if we were all making a television show. And this is the troubled process of how to create a television show. Like many great screenwriters, we would start at the beginning, brainstorming ideas, writing the story, writing the characters, and so on. After we get past that, we need to flush it out and make sure we have it defined, know exactly what the character arcs and what the development of the story would be, and things of that nature. After that was done, we would start to create a pitch, which is basically a paper describing the aspects of the story to a network or a studio. Let's say that we get an interview with a network and a studio. When in the meeting with a studio, we would highlight the points of our series that would be similar to other series to get backing, so they can know they can make money off of it. In our meeting with the network, we would show why our television show is unique and why it's different from the others, so it's deserving of being distributed. And continuing with this lucky streak, let's say that we get green lighted, which is basically a go for production and distribution in the television show. And you might be asking, what is next? Next would be pre-production. Pre-production is pre-production can be thought of as a squirrel during the winter storing nuts. But in this case, a squirrel would be the network, and the nuts would be the cast, the crew, and everything from the lead actor to the guy who holds the boom. And if you didn't know, that's the name Mike used to record sound. And this would also be the time where there's a bunch of meetings and scheduling for deadlines and payment and so forth. This is also where you would get the writing room, which is a bunch of other staff writers to help you write the series. So this is where the rest of the series would come into play. So, and they would give us back notes, and we would pass it along to other writers. And how the real process would go is we would assign a certain episode to a staff writer. He would give us his take, and then we would give the showrunner our take, which is then given to the network, and they give us back notes. And this goes into, after that is done, then we have to go into actual production, which is way more complicated and depends on a lot more factors than I can give in this presentation. So keep in mind, this was a very generalized view of how how idea goes from paper to production in the television industry. And hopefully the rest becomes history. But to respond to a quote that I said earlier from Woody Allen, I give you a quote from Bill Nye, who once said, "Television isn't inherently good or bad. You go to a bookstore, there are many thousands of books, but how many of those books do you want? 5? Television is the same way. If you're going to show people stuff, television is the way to go. Words and pictures show things.